Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to City Skylines 2, and today I'm going to be going over something that's probably needed in your city, something that I had to go and find. What we were having a ton of issues with in the city while we were even in the live stream doing it was abandoned homes. And abandoned homes were popping up like crazy, everybody was moving out, we didn't know how to pretty much take on the abandoned homes or the reason why people were abandoning them. There's a few things that I now have understood because we've sort of fixed this out. There's going to be one thing that you need to add to your game, and then there's a few things that you need to watch out for. As always, you're going to make sure your property value is good, making sure that people aren't overpaying for rent, making sure that people have property value for their homes. The second thing now is they turned on a feature of the game where people that were unwealthy or not doing as well didn't want to live in single homes. So your demand might be really high for it, but what's happening is because your demand is also high for the high density residential, which covers the low rent housing. If your demand for that high density residential is high because they need low rent housing and you put down these individual homes, people that are wanting low rent housing will actually move into these homes because it was coded into the game for them to do so. Because if your rent's low enough and it's a base 1 out of 5 level, they can make that happen. But after so long, they can't afford it, so they move out, and if they don't have somewhere to go, they leave the city, the house becomes abandoned, and things fall apart, and you see like things falling down, buildings falling down. So make sure you get your low rent housing and stuff built in. I have some low rent housing there, I have some low rent housing over here, and you pretty much are going to make it look better. Don't go ahead and just place down big squares of it and take this paint bucket and paint it in. Take this little marquee and go over to the low rent section that you want to go ahead and put down and draw a little square, just a very very small square, and just make that square be your low rent housing. So something like that, I would build a square something like that, and it would go ahead and make it that maybe somebody would be able to build in just on that spot. Or let's say this area right here, we have low rent housing over here. I want to do like a 4x2 and then a 2x2, and you get some different sized buildings to go on, and it makes it look a little better, because I know that some of these assets for the low rent housing just like destroy your city skyline, no pun intended. So that might be something else that helps you. But the thing that you need to add into your game is this mod that I'm throwing up on the screen right now. So what it does is it actually will go ahead and reroute some stuff so that way buildings don't become abandoned as easily. But if they do become abandoned, it actually deletes them or deletes the family inside of them before they have the chance to become abandoned. And as you can see within my city, I'm really not having any issues anymore. I don't have anything that's popping up. I don't have anything that's really becoming abandoned or falling down. And of course, it works on your saves now, but it also works on your previous saves. And if you don't really use it anymore at some point, like you get your city real huge and you want to see if it's actually self-sufficient, you can actually remove them on and it doesn't change anything in the save file for the game. What it does is it changes the way that the computer goes ahead and computes how everything's supposed to be running. So this is a mod that you can pull in and out of the game and not have to worry about getting rid of that mod and destroying your save files. So that has been working a ton for me as well. Another thing is making sure that things are walkable, your traffic is good, making sure you don't have any traffic jams and stuff. This city has been moving along slowly. We only have 10,500 people into there. I believe I have 4 or 5 hours into the city right now. And we're just building a small town that's slowly expanding because I'm trying to make sure that we don't overdo the road layout, because a lot of people will go ahead and put down a big huge neighborhood full of stuff, and then a ton of people will try to move into this area, and then you overdo your infrastructure. we were trying to get around from that. We want to make it realistic layouts, realistic ways. We also have multiple entrances to the city. You have an entrance up here that people can get off the highway. You have an entrance over here that people can get off the highway, in here, right here, right here. So we have 5 exits from the highway to get into the city. That's helping. Plus we have some main arterial roads and stuff that are going on. And then we have our little neighborhoods and everything off of that. So we followed road hierarchy. We have enough exits for everything. And it's just been going well. So if you want to follow along with this build to make a city maybe that works for you, or maybe adapt this city, or even follow along step by step, we do have the series of Vanguard that you can follow through with. But for your abandoned buildings, Vanguard no longer has those, and it's because of these few steps that I have taken. So I hope that this helps you guys out, and I hope you guys follow along with our realistic build. And as always, if you guys have any tips or tricks for anybody, or if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys for all the support. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn those notifications on. Get notifications for every time that I go live or post a video. I appreciate all the support. I've been Chase. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.